Hello, in this tutorial we're going to talk about Google Docs. So I'm going to go make a new Google Doc right now. Here I'm in my Drive. I'm going to go up here to New, Google Docs. And if I click on the little arrow here, I could also open it up from a specific template, or I could open up just a blank document. I'm going to open a blank document here. I am going to open another tab. I'm just going to show you another way to get to the Google Docs landing page. If you go to docs.google.com, this is the Google Doc landing page. Here we can make a new blank form or a new blank document. Here's some different templated forms I might be able to use. And then here's all of my documents down here. And so Google Drive has its own storage system, stores all of our files. Google Docs has its own little landing page here to store just the documents, just the Word documents here. So I'm going to go to my first document here. In the top left, I'm going to name it. So name your document here. And right here, it says that it's saving. So one beautiful thing about Google Drive is that it automatically saves all of the changes that I make. So I'm going to just type in here really quick. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And you see here up here, it's automatically making those saves for me, and it tells me now all changes are saved in Drive. So pretty much every keystroke I make, it's making a save for me. Now, just to show you, if I select on this saving button right here, it'll open up a little version history and it'll show me all of the changes that have been made. So if I'm collaborating in this document with multiple other people, I can see who's making the changes, when they were made, and so forth. So I'm going to X out here just by going back. And I don't ever have to go up here to File and Save, again, because it is automatically saving this for me. Google Docs is very similar to any other text editing program that you've used. If I put in some text here, I like that text. Of course, we can change the font size. We can make it bold, italicized, make it underlined. We can change the font type. And we can even change the text color. So here it's black right now. We're going to change it to green. I'm going to just copy this text really quick, put it into another line. I'm going to show you the difference between changing the text color. So I'm going to change the text color back to black here. And now I'm going to make the highlight green. Okay, so there's a difference here between changing the text color to green and changing the highlight to green. Other features here very similar to other documents or other programs. Center align, right align, left align. I can choose multiple paragraphs or multiple lines, make it single spaced, make it double spaced. Add some numberings, add some bullet points. If I choose a little down arrow here, I even get some different options for what those bullet points and numbers can look like. I could hyperlink something. Here's the hyperlink button. So I could put in a link to it like YouTube. And so when people click on this word here, they can be directed to the YouTube page. I'll hop over to another document to show you some other features here. So here's just a general document that I have, but a few features that will help you out to stay organized is maybe columns and tables. So I'm going to select this text here. I'm going to go up to Format, and I'm going to choose Columns, and I'm going to make this 2 columns. And really easily, I've made 2 different columns. Of course, I could go to Format. I can make this 3 columns if I wanted to as well. And we see it just kind of carries over here at the bottom. So as I go to the bottom here, or start typing more, we see it just kind of continues over to the next column. Here, this column, okay, we saw it spill over already. This column spills to this column. In the top left, I'm going to press the undo button just to undo a few of the changes I've made right here. So we can get back to my original document. Take off 2 columns, take off 3 columns. I'm going to go to the bottom here. I'm going to show you how to insert a table. So if you go up here to Table, you can insert a table. It is also in the Insert Table section. I'm going to make a 3x3 right now. So perhaps this is list 1, list 2, and list 3. And then here I can put in info for this list, this one, and this one too. Okay, so making columns and lists, quite easy here in Google Docs. Head back over to our practice document here, and we're going to talk about inserting some pictures into our document. So if I go up here to insert, I get the option of choosing an image, and now it pulls up this little picker. I can upload an image from my computer. I can take a snapshot, so if I choose that, it'll grab my camera. I'm working on a couple different screens here, so I'm not sure if it's going to grab my camera or not properly. But on the students' Chromebooks, it'll automatically grab their camera, so you could take a snapshot of a document or another piece of work a student might want to add for their portfolio. You can add it by a URL if you have the URL for the image. You can search your own albums. You can search your own Google Drive for images. And of course, you can here search Google. This is a really friendly one. For example, if you search cats and hats, here it'll search Google for you, and you can find whatever picture that you want, select it, press select, and it'll insert it into the document here for you. So that's how you insert images into a Google Doc. Another really friendly button here in Google Docs is the Explore button. It's down here in the bottom right. If you click it once, it opens up a window on the right side. It can also be found if you go to Tools, Explore is right here. So Explore, especially for students, is a great way to help students not get too distracted when searching the web. So let's say they're doing this whole piece of paper and it's about photosynthesis. I'm going to take that term and I'm going to put it into the search bar up here in Explore. And we're going to search the web for photosynthesis. So I'm not opening a new tab. It's all here just in my Google Doc. Here's photosynthesis. I could click on maybe this one, photosynthesis for kids, and here it'll open up that web page for me. Okay, and I can read all about photosynthesis. If I close it out, it takes me back to my document. If I go to images, here's different images for photosynthesis. If I like one, I want to use it in my document, I can grab it and I can drag it into my document. There it is, piece of cake. Este está en español, está bien, está bueno. Okay, but likewise, if I just click on an image over here that I like, I can also just click on this plus button right here. Oops, or insert it right here. Okay, now I'm not having to go to open a new tab and get distracted as a student. I'm just able to use this Explore button here right on the right side. Of course, if I have something in my drive called photosynthesis, I could also search my drive for something called photosynthesis. Another great feature in Google Docs, that's voice typing. And so if you're working with students who have trouble typing out a paragraph or a sentence for that matter, or if you have students who just have trouble getting their thoughts onto paper, voice typing might be a great alternative for them. So if you go up here to Tools and you go to Voice Typing, a little microphone will pop up here. You can move it around the screen. When you click on it once, you'll be able to speak into the microphone, and we'll see how well it's able to capture my speaking right now. I'm going to have to switch to another video because it won't let me record it right now. So here it is. Check this out. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, period. As you see, it does a pretty good job of capturing what I'm trying to say, period. However, it's not the best, but it is doing a pretty good job in this instance. Another useful feature in Google Docs is a document outline. So let's take a look at that one here. So today's date is 10/2. Next week would be 10/9. Week after that would be 10/16. And the week after that would be 10/23. So if I'm taking notes, maybe every week we have some notes that we're taking for whatever club or class that I'm in. I'm going to take each of these dates and I'm going to change them to heading 1. So I'm going to choose heading 1. I'm going to do the same thing with 10/9, go up here, choose heading 1. I'm going to do 10/16, go up here, choose heading 1. Go up here to 10/23, choose heading 1. Okay, let me put these all on the same page so we're all looking at the same thing. Oops, there it is. So I have 4 different dates with some different notes underneath each one. If I go up here now to Tools, and I go to Document Outline, I can turn on the document outline. So here we have something called Hello World. That was obviously got heading 1. Let's go to the top here. So this Hello World one here, we can X that one out just for our example today. But to show you, instead of having 4 different documents, one for 10.2, one for 10.9, one for 10.16, and one for 10.23, I could have these all exist in the same document. Now, if I have a whole bunch of different notes, so I have notes here, okay, and I have all sorts of different notes from this day. I'm just going to copy these just to show you. Okay, all sorts of ugly notes every week that I take when I go to this specific meeting. But what's really nice about this is that instead of having to go to 4 different documents and search my drive for the proper document of, oh, when did we talk about that? I could just go here to the single document. On the left side, I can go to a specific date, and here it takes me to that date. 1023, here it takes me to 1023. 10.2 takes me to 10.2 right here. So that's the document outline. Instead of having 6 different documents or 30 different documents for some of those notes or some of those meetings that you have every week, just keep it all in one document and use this document outline to stay organized between the different content. One of the main benefits of Google Drive or the many ways of Google Docs is the many ways in which you can collaborate with other people. So I'm going to open a document here from my drive. I'm going to minimize this because on the left side, oops, excuse me. On the left side, I'm going to put this document in my account, and on the right side, I have this testing account. And so just to remind you of how we can share documents with other people, that's our first step of collaboration here. Press that share button there. It'll pull up the little share picker, and you can enter people to share this with. I'm going to put in a tester. I'm going to give her edit access. Press send. And within seconds, you see here on the right side, it popped up. Here's the document that I just shared with her. So within seconds, I'm able to share a document. I don't have to go to my email or anything like that. I can just share it instantly, again, through my drive or right here in the document itself. I'm going to open it on the right side here as well. And let's take a look. First of all, at the very top, you see that Annie Tester is now in this document with me. And if I look on Annie Tester's side, it looks like Chris Walker is in this document with her. So perfect. First thing you can do is if you click on their name here, so I'm in Annie Tester's account. If I click on Chris Walker, just to the right of it, there's a little button that says show chat. If I click on it once, I can have a little chat here with Annie Tester. So hello, let's work on this. Enter, and then you see here on the left side, in just a second, it shows up and shows, hey, you have one unread message. Click right there to show the chat, and it shows up on the left side, and we can chat back and forth. Okay. So I'm going to close down the chat. That's one feature, one additional way that we can collaborate once we're in a document with each other. Of course, if I start typing anywhere in this document, let me go to the bottom here on the left side. So I'm typing now, and it shows up in real time on the other person's screen too. So as you're typing, you can actually see the collaboration that's happening with other individuals on this document. I forget the exact number, but it's something like maybe 50 people or more could be on an individual document at one time, all typing in here. So I'm actually going to go on Annie Tester's account, and I'm going to delete the text that I just put in on the left side, and we see that I have the ability to delete any text that they put in as well. Now, at the very top here, it says all changes saved in Drive. If I click there, I can look at the version history, and I can see all of the edits that have been done to this document. Oh, look, it was here before. Annie Tester deleted it. So, okay, I thought I put that in the document, but Annie Tester obviously thought it shouldn't be in the document. Okay, so we could just collaborate in real time, typing in the same document with each other. Now let's say that we're not here at the same time, or maybe we don't want to adjust somebody else's document, or perhaps we're looking at a student's piece of work and we don't want to do all the corrections for them. We can leave them some comments. So I'm going to do this on the left side here. So I'm going to start reading. I say no because it's too expensive. So I can highlight here a little piece of text. On the right side, I get this little bubble that says add a comment. Up here as well, I can put in a comment just by clicking on the comments button there. But if I click add a comment, I can say, don't forget the possessive apostrophe S comment. And if we look on Annie Tester's side, within just a couple seconds here, we should see the comment show up. Here it is. There we go. Don't forget the apostrophe. So she sees that it's highlighted, and she can go in here, click on it. Let me make this a little larger. She can go in here, click on it, and take a look at it. Go make the fix that she needs to make, and press resolve, and she's now taking care of that piece. I'm going to go back to split view here. Oops. Okay, so just to show you one more time, let me do it from the right to the left this time. So there might be a war over there because other state want to have war. And so if I just maybe highlight this little sentence right here, I could leave a comment from Annie's side and say, this doesn't quite flow. Check again. So I'm giving the student a suggestion, letting them know that they should check this sentence again. If I go here to the left side, I see that that comment pops up. It even highlights the section that the comment refers to. And the student could go in here, make the changes. Let me make this full screen. They can make the changes and resolve this comment to fix it. One more really helpful collaborative tool is called suggestion mode. So right here in the top right, I'm in editing mode. That means any changes I make to this document will be seen by all my collaborators. So if I delete this right here, all my collaborators will see that it has been deleted. So sometimes you might not want to do that. You might want to add a suggestion. So we're going to go up here to the top right, switch editing to suggesting. Now we're in suggestion mode. So if I highlight this word here and delete it, we see that it puts a little strike through it, puts a little green box around it, adds a comment to the right side that says Chris Walker at 1:35 p.m. today suggests that we delete PMKKK. One of the collaborators of this document can come through here, take a look at this comment, press the checkbox. If they accept this suggestion, it'll actually delete it from the document and it'll take on that suggestion. Let me undo that really quick. If they press the X, it will keep what was there before. So perhaps this is a little code that somebody had, PMKKK, to remind them something about this sentence here. And so they wanted to keep that in the document. So they're going to press the X to keep it in the document there. Okay, maybe we could do a couple other suggestions here. Perhaps I wanted to take all of this and left justify it. We see here again, it actually moves it over, puts the green lines around it, and puts a little comment box over here and says format alignment 10 times. We move 10 lines over, and that was done by Chris Walker here. So it takes on the actual form. The suggestion mode takes on the actual form, whereas in comment mode, or when we were using comments just before, let me add a comment here. Comment, capitalize teacher. I don't know why you would. I'm just being silly here. Okay. But we could leave a comment, capitalize teacher. We see that it doesn't in fact capitalize teacher, but it just leaves a little comment box on the right side here. I'm going to press resolve on that one. Maybe all of the times here, I don't want them in bold, so I might unbolden them. Take this one, unbolden it. Take this one, unbolden it. And we see that actually takes place in the document itself. So take this one, unbolden it. Okay, I'm not going to do all of them here. But the document now has these ones that are not in bold. And everything's in green right now because of all these suggestions that I made. If we accept all these suggestions by clicking the checkbox, 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 it'll all go back to the green or the black ink that we're looking for, but all of the changes have been made now. That is not in bold, that's not in bold. Here's another suggestion I can maybe make. Okay, that we're going to delete that. Again, we're in suggestion mode right now, so when I delete it, it puts these green lines around it and just puts a little line through it and says that I suggest that we delete this. Now, I wouldn't highly suggest that we use this with students, just because students will likely come by and just go check, 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 check. If a teacher's checking my work, they probably made all the suggestions for me. So suggestion mode might not be a great one for students, but would be a great one if you're working with other colleagues on a certain document.